good time zone artifacts. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Good news. They reset the tickets in the store. We can buy more. We're back in it. They also gave some Orndom for the login problem. Good stuff. Actually, while this loads up, I'm going to mess with my lighting. That's better. Whabam. No time to wait. Did they give us more compensation? What is this compensation? I'll take it. I don't know what that one was for. But yeah, we got tickets back, and I'm buying them. I don't care anymore. Gold certs, pretty low, but I barely use them. Free headhunting roll, let's just get it right now. That'd be great, actually. It'd be really funny. Nope. 5 stars.
She brought me here to hang. I think I wrote my name on a document she was supposed to sign. She said it was...
Got free 10 pulls plus 10 normal tickets, so. Maybe we'll get it. Wouldn't that be awesome? We're about to break 200 headhunting data. I don't think I've ever broken 200 headhunting. I've gotten close. I've definitely been 190 before, but...
Boss, you know a winner when you see her.
Fingers crossed.
Now, put your hands together for... Hello! I've never been in such a big mobile facility before. I'm so excited. Mary...
I think the last time I got to 190 was for Flame Tail. Because I kept getting knurls.
Greetings.
Viviana!
Narration told me about you. It's a shame we
Viviana, you're
didn't
dead
have
to
a
me.
chance to meet in the Grand Knight territory.
You're dead to me,
They
Viviana.
called me the Candle.
はじめまして上官、ロンメン消防署所属のショーです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。はじめまして、ドクター。
Not even a rate up character.
あ、いえ、インディゴと申します。これまで。
Never used again.
Excuse me, is this
You know, I
the
tried.
doctor?
I was
I've been
defending her.
looking for
People
the
said
place
she was
quite a
bad, and I was like,
while.
no,
I
she's fine.
Really appreciated it.
No, she's dead.
What? Are you doctor? Nice to meet you. I'm Jessica.
Doctor, I am sorry.
There was a second 6-star and it's Zoe. Oh my god.
Has almost exceeded that of those in Yen. The Sui regulator should have sent someone here long ago. In fact, it has been some time since we sent you an
my
official note.
Hi, my name is Gray. I'm
I had 2 6-stars and one was Viviana. Ooh, I'm angry. That's fine. We had 23 tickets even. We got 2 more 10s. That's fine. Nice. I don't know if it is nice. Considering I just want Shu. I just want Shu. Alright. She's gonna make me go broke. Oh, that girl. Did I have that girl? I don't know if I did. You don't play Arknights. Well, you should. Everyone should play this game. Well, we can't get any more tickets. There's one more ticket in the event store. Did I buy all the tickets in the green certs? Yeah, I did. Can't get any more tickets. So here we go. We either get her or we don't.
My name's Gummy. You must be the doctor. Thank you and
Will I
everyone
be
from
given
Rhodes Island
mercy?
for helping us.
Or am I gonna have to file for
Doctor,
bankruptcy?
I'm Totter. Long-range sniping's my specialty.
君が訓練場の
6-star was like the last one on the list, which is always the worst. So you have to go through all these.
でも君丈夫そうに見えない。ドクターさん。
Warmy, wow.
きっとレムビリトンのご飯が恋しいんじゃないですか。ちょうどこれから旦那お姉ちゃんたち。Thank you for choosing Fire Whistle Security Services. My name is. Huh? Code name? Just call.
Following the guidance of the Arcana, our paths have finally converged. Nice to meet you, Doctor.
Arcana? Who says Arcana? It's Arcana.
Reserve Op Team A6 Catapult reporting in. Hey,
I can tell you're hella different from that stuffy old bit. I mean, that...
Alright, Shu, please. I'm begging you.
Doctor,
Oh
I am
my
to alert. The
god.
number of proxies aboard Rhodes Island has almost exceeded that of those in Yen. The SUI regulator should have sent someone here long ago. In fact, it has been some time since we sent
What
you
are
an
the
official
odds?
notice. But it would seem...
What are these? What is... Oh my god. It's punishment for making him have that voice, you know? Ever since we first met him in Invitation to Wine. I always treated him as like a punk kid. Super whiny. And it's punishment for that, isn't it? For ruining his character. But they think I'm gonna give up, but they're wrong. I'm not giving up. Rainbow Six, who needs that? Yeah, at this point, you might as well go for the 300. Yeah, exactly. The last one on the list. Ugh.
コードネームはアシッドドロップ。このスケボーも登録済みの僕の装備だ。
I'm Vanilla, trainee operator from Blacksteel. Looking forward to it.
レッドパイン騎士団
Oh, Ashlock.
グレイナキです。
Londinium citizen self-salvation callcaster Rock reporting in. Doctor, we've had a few misunderstandings in the past, but I'm not blinded by those old...
はじめまして、ドクター。アリアと申します。
I don't think we're at max pot. I think we were one away from max pot. Actually, I guess I should use him at this point.
Reporting in.
Although I had another guard. I don't want another guard in my life.
Hi, hi.
Got too many 6-star guards at this point.
So you're the doctor from Rhodes Island.
We just got Chong Yu the other day too. Like, come on. Too many guards.
Doctor, I am to alert.
Now we're
The
at
number
max
of
pot.
proxies
Yeah,
aboard
no.
Rhodes Island has almost
Here we are.
exceeded that of those in Yen. The SUI regulator should have sent someone here
Honestly,
long
maybe
ago.
it's for the best that I
In
didn't
fact,
get Shu,
it has been
because
some time
then I'd
since we
have
sent you an official
like
notice. But
200
it would seem
and
your company may have
60
forgotten to reply.
tokens I can't do anything with. So like maybe it's for the best. We're out of points, huh? we need 40 more polls, huh? That's 24,000 more Orndom, huh? Minus what we already have. 18,122 more Orndom, huh? I did get, you know, I barely ever use my Arknight Prime. Which apparently I have 100,000's worth of Orndom in my Arknight Prime. I guess we could spend a little bit just to get to 300 at this point. Although we do have 3 tickets. But I guess it's not really worth using because that gets us... only 3 to 65. We just have like 5 left. Might as well just save the tickets. Costs 34 to get to 6,000. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's a lot of Orange Knight Prime. That's 100. Like that's 100 Orange Knight Prime I'm about to spend, huh? All right. At this point, it'd just be rude to give me a shoe, which is why they're gonna do it.
Now, put your hands together for the strong.
Ally, I salute you in true Snow Realm fashion. My code name is Matterhorn, and I am one of the guards dispatched here.
Are you Doctor? Nice to meet you. I'm...
Reporting in! You must be the doctor. Call me Myrtle. Myrtle of Durin. Durin said I could get a job here, so...
Popcar from Operation Reserve Team A6 reporting in.
On a 6 stars, none of those is insane. Are we sure he's not some sort of... Oh, snap! Chui bye, I'll take it. Hell yeah, okay. Built her, yeah, okay. You know, she's an exception to the guard rule. She's really cool. An actual 6-star I'm happy to see. You don't see that too often. Okay, game.
From now on, I'll be in charge of managing yours and every operator's health at Road.
This would actually be really good luck. We not. Okay, game. I can't complain about Weenar either, okay. I don't think there's another 6-star, right? No. Wow, okay. They're apologizing in a really weird way, but I'll take it. Another Wormy. Wow, and then 300 tickets. Hi, Shu. Pretty sure I gave her an English voice yesterday, but that's fine. Nian should have already told you my name, Shu. With my eldest brother, eldest sister, and my 2 younger sisters here, I feel as if I've returned home. Intriguing. Has the boy from the Sui Regular not caused you any trouble yet? Oh, he's caused me trouble. Oh yeah, he's caused me trouble. With my eldest brother, eldest sister, and 2 younger sisters. I thought she was the eldest sister. Is Ling older than her? I thought they said she was the oldest. I guess she's the second oldest. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna take a picture because I did tweet out right before stream. She's gonna make me go broke, isn't she? And now I have to confirm that yes, she made me go broke.
Tiredness has not called on me yet. May you first rest.
How do I spell Chuibai's name? Okay, it's as I thought it was. Okay. And there we go. There we go. Can't complain though. We did get Muinar and Chuibai, so that's really cool. I guess that kind of makes up for it. Not really. We didn't even max out Zhou. That's crazy. One off. Insane. Oh, she was new. I did not have her yet. Spiria. Wormy. I hear good things about Wormy, actually. Not you again. Rock. Free Viviana, which I guess is okay. And Muinar and Chuibai, which is awesome. I didn't prepare for guard upgrades because I only prepared for shoe upgrades, so I can't upgrade them, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't even have normal guard chips. What do you sound like in English?
Doctor, I'm Chuibai. I can't say for certain how long
Chuibai,
I will stay in Rhodes
okay.
Island, but every meeting is a stroke of fortune. I trust we'll get along just fine.
Cho, not Chui. Good to know. Good to know. All right, let's upgrade Shu and then we'll get going.
reason for retaliation. Point your blades at one another, and strife will never end.
I see that these new Yen characters, and maybe some past Yen characters, I don't have that many, I suppose. So it might not be this update, but I've noticed at this update, they're definitely giving the Yen characters an accent, which is cool.
The people of Da Huang pray for a year of peace and harvest with this Jade's home. The ceremonial artifact also serves as the source of the one I hold in my hand. Summon wind and rain? Of course I can. Want me to demonstrate?
Yes. Song. So that's the thing she's holding, is a song? Typing that in does not come up with anything useful for me, so I want to know more about that. A type of okay, so yeah, type of carved jade tube made in China. Okay, but like, what is it? A hollow jade tube, but like, what's it for? Here we go. Song vessel. Okay, popped up finally. A straight tube with a circular bore and square outer section with more or less convex sides. Generally considered to be a ritual object of some sort. The original function and meaning are unknown. Oh, okay. Later writings speak of Song as symbolizing the earth, while the Bai represents the heavens. The square represents the earth and the circle represents the heavens. So, I guess we don't really know what it's for. Fair enough. I guess it's just a cool thing to wave around.
So no reason for retaliation. Point your blades at one another.
Want to upgrade
and
skills.
Strife will never end.
Okay. And then we've got, we don't have the dual chips, but if I remember correctly, we should have enough to make them. Three, but I think I can. I'm about to leave this page. I should be able to make some more. Hopefully. Wouldn't be the first time I got the math wrong, but. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. Switch you out for someone who makes chips just because. Can't help but notice that some of my people are fatigued for some reason. I usually switch them out earlier.
Now that's styling.
Products received. Products received.
All right. Why are all these people fatigued? Stop being tired.
This place hasn't been redecorated even once this whole time. You serious?
Let's say Rhodes Island needs some dorms rebuilt. Think
What
you
do
might
our new
hire
characters
the
do
union
for
supplies?
us base-wise? That's a
let me
good
know.
question.
ここ気に入った
Did I see a red shadow flash by?
That's a good question. What do our new characters do for us? I think Weenar's a trainer. I could be wrong though. Chong Yu. When this operator is assigned to the control center, self morale is +5 loss. For each SUI operator assigned to buildings other than dormitories, get worldly plight, which I don't use because it's just too complicated. Just too complicated. Treebai is also a trainer. I figured as much as well. Zola is a trainer as well. Boring. Boring. Trainers are boring. Is Weenar not a trainer? No. Operator assigned to control center increases morale by 0.5 or 0.05 for everyone. Cool. Cool. Yeah, no one will beat Irene. And also the thing is, like, once you have one of every trainer, every other trainer is just useless. Like, you don't need all these trainers. Grain Buds is a dormitory character. Good to know. Who else are we missing? Oh yeah, Shu. What does Shu do? I would imagine Shu's like dormitory or something. Spuria works in the factory. Good to know. Drone recovery rate, which isn't ever a thing I need. But Warmy's dormitory, that makes sense. Did we skip Shu or Shu? Shu. Where are you? We missed her. Where the heck is she? There she is. Oh, she's a factory. When this operator is assigned to a factory, morale consumed by all per hour is -1.1. I guess the factory kind of makes sense if she's a farmer. I guess so. Fair enough. And
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
all right. Let's get into it. We got Shu. Last time on Here a People Sows. It has been 3 months since the human incident. Zhou was sent to Daohuang as punishment. I honestly don't remember what he did wrong, but he was sent here as punishment by his father to gain some worldly experience. And so he's been put to work by Shu and has made friends with the locals, Grain Buds, and Zhao He, I believe his name is, or He Zhao, something like that. Also, The nerd kid who followed Chongyu around also came with him and is here. And we learned that Daohuang is only recently becoming a nomadic city. It was, I guess, sedentary farming up until recently. The city's still being built, although there's a lot of plates that are complete. And Nian and Dusk are here working with Shu as part of the, I believe, I don't remember the exact number, but like there's like 5 cities and 3 pagodas or something like that project. I believe that's part of this. But they're gonna turn the city or some part of it into a Farenmut, or like into an imitation of a Farenmut. I'm not sure what their plan is. They briefly said that and then stopped talking about it. And also, I think it's hinted that one of the other Sui siblings, a brother, is here. We haven't seen him, but it seems like there is one here. And no one wants him here. No one likes him. It's not important. Probably not. And that's pretty much where we're at. So, Shungnong writes, the Shungnong Shrine pays tribute not to deities, but to the grain stock in the heart that does not bend or break. All right, so we got some team stuff to set up here. So. I did promise, at least for now, we can... I forgot to actually upgrade Shu the second time. Well, do that real quick.
The fertile fields stretch to the horizon. The fragrance of rice spreads from the golden ocean. Day after day, year after year, with constant work, it finally draws near.
She does have a module. We'll see about that at some point, maybe. What skill? I guess we'll use Samsara as her like default skill, but we'll see. And we'll level her up just a smidge. We don't need her fully leveled right now.
So no reason for retaliation. Point your blades at one another, and strife will never end.
Yeah, so skill 1, standard heal, can hold charges. Skill 2, stops attacking, standard AoE sort of heal. Gets +1 block though, which is useful. Talent increases by a lot, so much more healing. And then Samsara's got the special buffs and teleportation stuff.
A day of fine sun and gentle breeze. I hope everyone makes it home safe.
And then I did. Who did we want? Typhon, I guess you're out. Just so the whole gang is here, because we do get a bonus. Level 1 Dusk.
Don't keep me too long.
And level 1 Chongyu.
Lit. Quenched.
Although actually we only need 4, so maybe we should swap out.
Signal fires. Never ever rest.
If at least 4 Sui operators are in the squad, all operators gain plus 12% attack and 1 SP every 4 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. We'll swap out Chung Yu for Zoe, just because Zoe gets extra trust for the event.
I hope my meager assistance will prove fruitful.
Even though maybe he doesn't deserve it. Maybe he doesn't deserve the trust, but we'll give it to him anyway. Don't D-colon him. He couldn't even get max pot. After all of that, he could have at least been max pot. Another lost harvest. Sow the seeds, raise the seedlings, only to see it all taken away by catastrophe. We took our land back from the Fahrenmutts. Why then do so many people continue to suffer? Is there a land not afflicted by catastrophe? Yes. Wind, frost, rain, and snow we can handle, but catastrophe and Oranginium are a whole different matter. People they touch fall ill. Crops they touch die. Farmers look for the right soil to plant their crops. If this land is not fit for humans, who planted us here in the first place? Great question. We must find a way. Man must eat. Let the wild plains, rivers, and mountains come. Harsh is the east wind, the frozen moon, heaven's fickle, raging thunder. May the scent of rice fill heaven and earth, north and south, and fear neither drought nor flood. If only I was the wind and spring rain, bring spring to the people. Plow the great plains and soak them with blood, sweat, and tears. Trample 1,000 li flat and turn them into fields of gold. The scorching sun of the 6th month has turned the city into an oven. The occasional wind brings a pleasant scent of rice and warms the heart. This year's opera is particularly popular. The space in front of the stage is filled with people, heads bobbing up and down as they stand on tiptoes, trying to get a better view while unconsciously humming along. Zoe Le watches the stage from afar. The actors are dressed in fashions of the past, their motions theatrically exaggerated, belting out verse in a regional dialect that he does not fully understand. What's it about? The story of Xingnong, putting the land of Dao Huang to plow for the first time. The 3-act opera is an essential part of the annual Xingnong Festival. This is the 2nd act, Signs of Heaven. Why isn't it in the local dialect? The first Tonshis here came from all over Yen. No one remembers exactly where they came from today. When the opera was written, the characters were assigned a regional dialect based on their trait. And things have stayed that way. What about the people lined up over there? They're here to greet Xingnong. Legend has it that Xingnong returns to Dao Huang every summer to check on the harvest. As one of the rare unpolluted regions, Dao Huang has long been Yin's breadbasket. It began 1,000 years ago, when a group of farmers settled here and began cultivating the land. Until catastrophe found them. The song from the stage grows high and piercing, drumsticks raining upon tiny drums in an increasing frenzy. An actor circles the stage, wearing simple clothes and carrying a basket filled with rice grains. Is that actor playing Xingyang? A catastrophe the likes of which had never been seen struck Dao Huang. the land was severely polluted, and monsters ravaged the farms. Generations of hard work reduced to nothing. Cultivating the land is hard. Finding the land that can be cultivated is even harder. Xingyang learned of what happened here and decided to try to save this hard-won soil. She settled here with a group of farmers in Tianxi, studying how to cleanse the pollution in the soil and developing new breeds of crops that could adapt to the environment, generation after generation. The drumming grows deeper and heavier, and the song becomes broad and bold. A crash of the gong, then a screaming song sweeps the stage. On stage, Shungnong turns around, disappearing into the falling white snow made from rice flowers and reed flowers, until the whole stage is covered in white. The flute heralds a green bud sprouting from the snow. As the flute plays a windy melody, Zhou Le stretches out his hand and catches a rice flower floating from the stage. What's the story here? Shengnong passed away on a journey to the north, in search of new species. Her body was never found, only a basket and pouch filled with rice grains. They were brought back to Daohuang and buried in a cenotaph. Some say that in the summer of the year of Shengnong's death, she was seen descending from the sky as the last rice was harvested, touching the harvested crops and with gladness, and sowing new seeds in the fields. Since then, Daohuang has held an annual festival to welcome Shengnong and pray for a good harvest. Probably best that she didn't bring back crops from the north. That didn't go so well last time. Is Shengnong a figure of legend? Absolutely not. While there are elements of myth in the stories associated with her, there is no doubt that Shengnong did in fact exist. There are records of her existence in the Tianxi Bureau's publications. She was the founder of Yinyi's agricultural theory, the first to surmise it in a systematic manner, and responsible for determining the patterns of the 24 Zhekji solar terms. She's not just a Tianxi, surely it's not just a Tianxi Bureau that's kept such records. It should be common knowledge in Yin. I'm surprised you had to ask. Shu, the sixth, measured in signs of heaven and laid out on the 24 Zhekji. She appeared in Daohuang at the time of a great famine, and was faithfully served the city for thousands of years since. I didn't realize there was one like that among the proxies. Zhao He, you're early today. Is Grainbuzz not with you? And who's this young man over here? Uncle Wing, not now. I shouldn't get into your young folks' business. How's the harvest going for your research crops? Pretty good. We're at a key juncture. We might see results in another couple of seasons. Good, good. Nice to have something to show for after working hard all year round. Well, have fun. I'll get the Reaper ready. You. That was a lie, wasn't it? Don't ask. Where did Grainbuds go? She's supposed to be playing the flute for the show. She was so excited too. It's me. I brought some fresh-baked cookies. I thought I would use rough cane sugar, but nobody uses that anymore. These were made from the white sugar they sell in shops. Try one. These fruits are a new variety, much sweeter than the sour stuff we had to eat in the past. I brought a few of each type because I'm not sure which one you like. It's this guy. Is he the brother? Because no? Question mark. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we know no one likes the supposed brother that might be here, and what's his name? Husheng did not like Grainbud talking to this guy at all. But he does just look like the clothing he's wearing is just kind of normal. Like everyone else is wearing the same style, so maybe not. How are you feeling? Still dizzy? I came to see you. And them. Do you hear the music? They're holding the annual festival to welcome Shenyong. How lonely it must be here with everybody celebrating in town. A few pine trees line the riverbank. Some are already centuries old, while others seem to have been planted recently. The summer is high, and the entire forest smells of pine resin under the sun. Shu reaches out to touch one of the pines. A wooden placard dangles off the branches, tied to a red ribbon. A few bugs could be seen climbing on the bark, while foul beasts cry in the canopy. The summer has brought a few catastrophes. The weather is rough this year. I'll instruct the Tianxi to be conscientious. Don't worry about it. The harvest isn't great, but things aren't that bad. We've been doing this for many years. We've always had enough food to get by. The man stares at the river with his mouth open, but says nothing. We have a lot of visitors from the outside. Some know the truth. I'm helping, don't worry. We didn't manage to protect it all. Sobs. Mumbled sobbing. Also, he doesn't have pointy ears, so clearly he can't be. That's a dead giveaway. The man sobs into his hands. It'll get better. They'll be away. The extraordinary catastrophe, the past, the sacrifice and death, it won't go to waste. Do you remember? We've all seen seeds taking root and sprout. Mumbled sobbing. I'll take care of them. But you can. The sound of footsteps. They fall slowly and lightly on the fallen pine leaves, clearly trying to hide the sound. But the man's ears twitch, and he opens his half-closed, cloudy eyes. He sees a blurry figure, 2 little hair buns on her head and a bamboo flute on her belt. He moves his lips as if to say something, then falls silent again. He looks around blankly, then turns around, picks up his axe, and walks into the woods. Come out, grain buds. An elderly woman takes the stage, carrying a bundle of rice stalks in her arms. She separates them into 3 bunches and plants them in the grains in the middle of the shrine to Shenyong. She carries a clay bowl full of wine to her brow, then pours the contents on the ground. The farmers bang the bells 3 times, shrouding all of Dao Huang in the ringing. Even the earth seems to tremble. The farmers below bow while reciting quiet prayers. They go up onto the stage one by one, taking out a few seeds and placing them in the grain pile. Every farmer brings a few seeds, which can be of any crop. The grain is piled high so that Xingyong can see the way back, so that the wind and rain may favor Dao Huang, so that Yin will not go hungry. You didn't bring any, did you? I have some extras here. Put them in after you bow. The harvest this year has already been poor. Hopefully nothing happens to the summer harvest. The young Tianqi bows deeply, then puts rice grains into the pile. The pile is a lot smaller this year. In good years, there wouldn't even be enough room to put all the grains we brought. We'd bring bags and pile them up to the sides of the altar, something we did gladly. Young kids climbed the piles for fun. The adults didn't stop them because it was believed that the higher the kids climbed, the higher the crops would grow into the next year. What happens to the grain? Is it made into porridge? No, it's brewed into alcohol, which everyone shares at next year's festival. Rice from the year before is used to make yeast for next year's drink. Year after year, it's our commitment to ourselves. He Sheng bows. The Xingzhang gives him a bowl of grain alcohol. He Sheng takes it with both hands and gulps it down. Good work this year, Zhao He. See, he's got 2 names and it's very confusing. And he's got his operator name, so he's got 3 names. Thank you, Zheng. Good boy. Zola carefully sets his grains on the pile and bows deeply, following the example of the others. May wind and rain favor Da Huang, and peace ever favor Yin. The fiery wine flows down his throat, the scent of grain fills his senses, while a bout of giddiness rushes up his spine. Bang! A thunderous clash of the drum rings from behind the Xingyong shrine, thicker than heavier than... I think it should be thicker and heavier than the bell just now. The farmers stop to listen to the 12 drum beats that announce the hour of noon. The first beat brings the spring rain and cracks the frozen earth. The second beat cracks like spring thunder and causes brown branches to sprout green again. The 12th beat covers the rich earth with prosperous snow. The farmer raises his stick and delivers the final beat. Bang. Harvest! Harvest! Firecrackers like strings of red peppers are lit, exploding in joyful golden light and assaulting the eardrums. The sound of firecrackers is soon replaced by engines rumbling, driving into the fields that stretch as far as the eye can see. The fields are like golden cakes, and farmers like frosting, starting on the edges and creating joyful tracks. As tires leave their trails in the mud, the harvesters spew golden waves from their rears, tiny particles mixed with the occasional clump of grass and dirt. Pale young liquor, huh? Just bought it at the fair. Laosha will have your head if she finds out you're drinking on the job. All we're doing is watching the water levels and keeping track of a few numbers. I could have 3 bottles in me and still catch any unusual data in one glance. Hey, am I actually drunk? Cross-check the oranginium level in the or in the silt for me. What the? Close the gate. Boom. The crack of thunder. Oh, I thought they exploded. The crack of summer thunder overheard causes the clouds to tremble. The farmers standing on the levees look up at the sound. All they see is the sun over their heads, its rays reflecting off the water in the paddies. Why did you follow me? Shouldn't you be playing the flute for the opera? You were the one who sneaked out. Why do you always come here with the food by yourself during the Shingon festival? Did you come to visit the mute uncle? Who is he? Why doesn't he live with the others? He has an illness he's afraid he could pass on to the others. That's why he moved here on his own. Oh. The others are all afraid of him, aren't you, Grainbuds? Well, a little. I saw him when I was looking for Min a few days ago. He wasn't as scary as people say. It's just the way he looks and the axe he carries. But I can tell he's not a bad man. When he's angry, he glares at me the same way Zhao He glares at the students who don't do their homework. You're a smart kid. Stray stockbeast foals become aggressive and distrustful. But it doesn't take long for them to start acting like normal when they've spent some time eating and playing with other stockbeasts. Maybe that uncle will be happier if he has someone talking to him. It's sad that he has to be in this place by himself. There are so many Tianqi and Dao Huang. Can't any of them cure his illness? Oh, does he just have oripathy? Is that the problem? I guess that makes sense. Why, yeah, I guess that would make sense why He Sheng was like, stay away from him. Yeah, okay. Someday, maybe. Shoo, does his illness have something to do with the monsters in the legends? Why do you ask? There's this dream I've had more than once. They take place right here on this levee, and sometimes I see that mute uncle standing on it. In the dream, the weather gets really bad, sometimes very dry, sometimes it's raining heavily, and the wind brings strange things from the other side of the river. All the seedlings in the fields die and the granaries run out of grain. Have you ever told this to anyone? Whoa, thunder! Run, Grainbuds. Hurry back. Rain? Rain? Not that unusual this season, is it? Something's not right with the skies. Who cares? The Tianqi didn't say anything. Can't be a catastrophe. Just disappointing that a day like this is spoiled by rain. The water in the paddies look muddy. No. What's the matter? Where are you going? The actors are still singing on stage. Thunder rumbles with the drums, and massive raindrops fall on the ground like the drumsticks falling on the drums. Oh snap, we got rain effects? Dang. Dark clouds gather rapidly like spilled ink, lightning flashing as they clash with one another to form what looks like an enormous black monstrosity. A torrent spills from the clouds. The dust stirred in the fields is quickly drowned under the deluge. A small cluster of oranginium bloom in the fields. The rice stalks look down towards this tiny black flower. It blooms?
血で血を洗う争いに計りごと。古来より変わらないね。
A new challenge? Feels fresh every time when someone gives me orders.
So much filth.
Any instructions for me? Come on, let's pick up the pace.
Concentrate. No need to panic.
Any instructions? Come on, let's pick up the pace.
Consumption deals extra arts damage when on blighted titles.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time. If you're really incapable of settling this, then let me handle it.
Any instructions? Sail like a shooting star. That's what they say.
I wasn't supposed to act, but...
Any instructions? Come on, let's pick up the pace.
Oh, that's a lot of blight over there.
Any instructions?
Can she survive? Oh yeah, she's fine.
Target, doesn't it?
How many more times must we see this? Newly sprouted seedlings, stalks bending from the weight of grain, branches filled with fruit, all gone before catastrophe. Locusts, droughts, blizzards, frost, floods. Frost in early spring almost wiped out the seedlings. It took all our effort to preserve a small portion of them. What will it take to feed everyone? A sudden rain has drowned any festive spirit. The rain begins to subside, but not the water accumulated in the fields, which has reached ankle depth. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Very quick. Anxious Tianxi says the same thing. How could the water accumulate so quickly? It's turbid. The rain carry dirty mud from upstream. It's gonna pollute the fields. Guys, what are they doing at the construction site? Drain the damn thing already. Oh, this is bad. The dam's gonna burst. Told them you've got to be kidding me. What's going on? Apparently the Oranginium vein upstream exploded, sending fragments down the river that got caught in the machinery, blowing a hole in the dam. Oh, there was an explosion, okay. Why didn't anyone notice? The water levels were normal. We didn't detect any unusual Oranginium reactions, or expect the Oranginium activity to be so irregular. Zhengwei, during flood season, no less. The water is filled with Oranginium silt. It's going to wreak havoc on the crops, maybe even cause infection. Everyone be careful. Dam repairs will take time. Get people downstream to block the flow. The current is getting faster. What do we do if the entire dam collapses? What do you think we can do? Stop it with your arts, your lives. The polluted water continues to spread. The fields are already filled with mud. Step on it! More sandbags! We need to protect the experiments in this field. Don't let it get flooded. Your specialty is playing with sand, isn't it? Get to it! You're the one who plays with sand. My specialty is soil analysis. I'll do what I can. Farmers in Tianqi's line up to deliver sandbag after sandbag to the banks, scrapping together a makeshift dam with Oranginium arts. There is one last gap in it. Gah, I can't. The youth leaps up with a bag of sand in his arms and tries to block the gap, but a gust of wind stops him in his tracks. What are you doing? That water is mixed with Oranginium-filled mud. Are you trying to get infected? It's my job to protect the people. You think everyone needs your protection? You're different from the people standing here because why? How can I help? The flood is caused by a burst dam. It's overwhelmed the field's drainage system. We're in the flood season, and it'll take time to repair it. The situation will only get worse if we don't do something. You're a messenger, right? Are you fast? Yeah, I suppose. What do you need me to do? Someone needs to take charge in this chaos. Take this map and go to the marked plates. Find the farmer in charge and get the plates ready to move. What are you planning? Dao Huang's nomadic city modifications are only partially complete, but some degree of movement is possible. While repairs of the dam continue, we'll rebuild the drainage system by rearranging the plates and creating elevation. Ugh. The edges of the metal plate melt as they connect to the gap in the dam. The flood, seeking the path of least resistance, continues to batter the hasty repair. Water shoots from the gaps in the metal, cutting open a crack like sharp blades. Oh, that's not how your arts are supposed to be used, Lao Shi. You need to rest. I'll take over for a while. Okay. They've used Lao Shi for like multiple people, so it must be a term of authority or something. Can I look that up? Is it going to come up with something for us? Oh yeah, it's the word for teacher. Oh, okay, that's easy. Simple enough. Yeah, okay. Back off. Your arts are no good, child. Ugh. Heavenly Forge. Again. What's this mess? We aren't even done at the factory. But looking at this flood, good job holding out this long. You should not intervene outside the work in the core city. Call it emergency discretion, alright? Seriously. You engineers are even more uptight than the SUI regulator. Go catch your breath. I'll deal with the rest. That was her ability sound. That's funny. You intend to rearrange the plates? No time to explain. I'll work on Dao Huang's mobile plates. I know work on Dao Huang's mobile plates is incomplete, but they're capable of basic movement. Moving a few plates will go a long way towards draining the polluted water in the fields. You can't be serious. Only Rong and Tianqi Shu have the authority to move the plates. No one else may... Both of them are busy coordinating flood control efforts. The flood shows no sign of abating. Fields and crops are being drowned as we speak. What are you going to do? Hold a Tianqi Bureau meeting? Why, you're Tianqi Shu's apprentice. I've seen you with her. Very well, I'll trust you. But they are plates of various sizes, and there are dozens. Any movement is a complex job that'll take several Tianqi an entire day to calculate. No need for that. I have the layout memorized and a plan. This is what we'll do. Plate A9, 5 tiles to the east. Plate B8, down 5 levels. Aye. What are you doing standing there? Get on it. Aye, fine. I don't have any better ideas. What's going on? The plates are moving. Wait, the flood seems to have gotten weaker. And the plates are moving. Seek shelter. Seek shelter where? The greenhouses? Calm down and evacuate through the passage to C4 or plate C4. It's at a higher level elevation now and gives protection from the floods. Yeah, Qiping, what are you doing here? I saw Ho Sheng and he told me what he's planning. The river is to the north of Dao Huang. The plates to the west are the ones that have to be moved in order to drain the water from the northwest side of Dao Huang to the valley in the southwest. I didn't think of that at all. Run, stock beast. Mian, stay put. Grain buds. Candlestick, ink brush. What about Big Buffalo? Is he okay? Don't worry, he's in a safe place. Oh, I'm so relieved. Wait, no, that's not it. The stock beast ran away in panic when the plates started moving. Help me catch them. Terrified cries. Where did these stock beasts come from? Mian, no running. Stop! That's the edge of the plate. Dusk. Who permitted you to use your powers? Slowpokes. Going door to door like this, half the houses will be flooded by the time you reach them. But... never thought I would be helping the SUI regulator clean up their mess. I'll do it this once, won't happen again. Where are we? Tianqi Arts? Who could be so powerful? Look! The sky's clearing up. Everyone's exhausted. Dao Huang can't afford another disaster. I suppose this qualifies as extenuating circumstances. Go away. She really just said, go away. A breeze sweeps across the land. Vast expanses of farmland undulate like breathing, cutting the surging torrent into small streams that flow along planned routes. Standing on the edge of the plate, the lucky stock beast watches the flood subside, then digs out a patch of clean grass with its nose and begins to eat. The sun shines through the clouds upon a land that has survived disaster, barely. Plates A9 through C3 successfully moved. All accumulated water is now being drained. End of report. That was easy? Well, they are Farron mutts, to be fair. What is the extent of the damage? Varying levels of pollution on plates A9 through B3, less impact on the other plates, but further inspections are called for. Crops from polluted fields must be disposed of. The summer harvest will be significantly impacted, on top of a year that has already seen disappointing results. Almost a year and the people's hard work washed away. Will there be enough to fill this year's quota? How many will go hungry? There will be enough thanks to the efforts of countless generations. But we can't afford another surprise. This is bigger than just Dao Hung. We must report to the capital and coordinate food supplies across all of Yin. Yumen is closest to Dao Huang, but it was also struck by a catastrophe earlier this year. Repairs are still ongoing, and it's unlikely they could spare anyone. Indeed, the Ministry of Engineering indicates that catastrophe frequency has been rising in recent years. Good time zone go Arbsby. This has been a bad year. Dawang's already the country's biggest food producer. We can't ask for aid from other cities. Plate repairs can wait. Dawang's first priority is food production. There are still many experimental fields close to bearing fruit that have not yet been moved to safer plates. We'll need to delay, though, 12 pagodas in 5 cities. Oh, it was 12 pagodas, not 3. We need to bring back the Tianxis who are reassigned there to save the remaining farms and grain. We can't afford to delay the summer planting. I understand your difficulties, but can we not discuss a delay? But we cannot discuss a delay of the 12 pagodas. Yeah, or can we not discuss a delay of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities? Did you get Shu? Oh yeah, we got Shu alright. Cost us all of my savings. I actually had to buy her with the 300 tokens. But we got her. Food is important, of course, but the 12 pagodas in 5 cities is also an important national defense project. The Imperial Court has reason to order it completed by autumn. We must consider the project, or the benefits and drawbacks, carefully. You want to consider it carefully. You'll write to the capital, have the Council of Ministers meet for 10 days, and come back to us with a result. A food shortfall doesn't mean people pay a few more coins to buy their grain. It means that many thousands will go hungry. How many will be driven from their homes if there is a war? Never forget where the 12 pagodas in 5 cities project came from. Don't you have reserves for this though? Like, your country shouldn't be feeding its population by the year. There should be some sort of reserves. Did you get a ton of Zhou there? Yeah, yeah. We're almost max pot. We're one off from max pot for him. Got way too many of that guy. Everyone else is getting him like that too, though? Maybe they rigged it. Not in this world? Well, they should do better. Across the river. You know it's more than that. Beyond the issue with demons, there is... The demons? Excuse me. You got lucky and got she on 60? Nice. This is not the right time or place for this topic. Watch your words. I see. Everyone's aware of them? I don't know if everyone's aware of them, but Yin does border the north, so it makes sense. As for the Seaborn, they're just getting uppity. I guess the demons are getting uppity too. Everyone's getting uppity. It's not easy to quantify benefits and drawbacks, but our priority is clear. The summer harvest and planting involves years of research and food for millions. There can be no delay. We should ask the Tianxi to help inspect and repair affected areas. This is our immediate priority. As for the schedule of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities, I'll request instructions from the Tianxi Bureau in the name of the Ministry of Rights. Perhaps something can be done with the help of the Chamber of Heaven's designs. I'll take responsibility if the Imperial Court determines that the matter was not properly handled. Well, if you want to chop someone's head off, or if they want to chop someone's head off, they can make it mine. Just say I put a sword to the Assistant Minister's neck here. You stay out of this. How do we get anything done if we're already talking about responsibility before we've gotten any work done? It's the people of Yen who will pay the price for a mistake. We're merely 3 insignificant specimens thereof. If both of you insist, I'll defer to your decision. I ask that you remember the promises you made. No problem. Everything goes well and everyone's happy. If things go wrong, you can pin it all on me. That's not what I meant. All I meant to say is that given the urgency of the situation, it would be prudent to communicate with the Chamber of Heaven's Designs. I will most certainly concur. I will draft a detailed report for Assistant Minister Ning to deliver to the Chamber. I'll need to prepare for that. I'll take my leave. Excuse me, ladies, well, at least my Ministry of Engineering won't be taking the fall. Let's hope the supplies arrive on time. Kick and roll, kick and roll. Grainbuds absent-mindedly kicks the dirt in the fields. The lumps roll haphazardly while Grainbuds walks with her head bowed, swinging wild grass that she picked from the roadside. Yeah, I wonder how long the power outage might last this time. It's so hot and the stock beasts are scared. Disease could spread too. They're not eating or sleeping. Are they comfortable in their new home? Zhao He, too. I haven't seen him at dinner for days. Doesn't he know that he needs to rest when tired? He's dumber than a burden beast. The weather is getting worse each year, and the crops don't grow well. Is Shengyong really abandoned this land? She winds the grass around her finger, then rolls it up. She makes a motion to throw it, then she remembers how Shu weaved the grass into a full, with a few deft movements of her fingers. Shu could make so many things if I brought her this grass bag. But she's so busy, and even Candlestick is nowhere to be seen. I guess I should bring some... I guess I should bring some more back and weave it up. Maybe it'll make them happier. And where the heck is Mian Mian? Grainbud lifts her feet and kicks a piece of dirt hard. It hits a rice stalk, spins, and comes to a stop. Splat. It leaves no mark on the rice stalk. A flood. The crops in the fields bow their heads, just like everyone has. Only a single rice plant stands tall in the carnage. It holds its grains high and proud, almost in scorn of everything else that has fallen, as though it has absorbed the life force of everything around it. When everything else goes dark, it alone blooms bright like life. Grain buds could not resist reaching out to touch it. It is bright red. A bird and beast strolls by the edge of the paddies, the sun shining upon it. It is bright red too. Should it be bright red? Is that an okay thing? Here at last, the tired one closes her reddened eyes. The river has drowned her mouth, the mud glued her eyes shut, trees and weeds swayed lifelessly in the wind, and she tries her hardest to identify the sound. She brushes her hand against a fallen seedling, and it stands back up in the mud. Innervated. Don't see that word too often. She closes her eyes. The river flows past her hair, and the roots of the trees are like lines on her palm. There was a time so many years ago when catastrophes were frequent as they are now. There was nothing I could do. I watched as rice ready for harvest fell in the fields, leaving nothing but a tiny patch that could barely hold or fill a single bag. You said to me, your face full of mud, that there was nothing to worry about. Keep at it year after year and it will come. There were no wrinkles on your face back then, and you weren't Xingyong yet. So many years have passed. Why is the dream still so distant? Interesting. The earth beneath her feet undulates like her breathing, as though there is a warm heart deep below that continues to beat slowly and heavily. Now its shallow footsteps become recognizable. The rumble of motor vehicles, only heard once every few months. Caravans from afar deliver new supplies, new things, and news from other places, bringing some excitement to the life of monotonous labor in Daohuang. It does not take long for the dust clouds to close the distance, and a figure comes down from the lead vehicle. He is wearing a light, spotless shirt, and wind and smoke follow him for 10,000 li. You're back. Long time no see. My dear sister. Oh snap. It's a Sui.
We've won a lot of times before, Doctor. Here and now, though, we're struggling for our own destiny, our own future. That's the real fight, isn't it?
So Shu knew Xingyong before Xingyong was even called Xingyong, which makes me feel like maybe Xingyong was a sibling? I wonder? I don't know. I need to confirm if one of the siblings is dead, because I feel like I remember them saying that at some point. It was a sister, yeah, right? And so maybe, yeah, maybe Xingyong is that sister then. I'm looking at the wiki. It doesn't really mention, but it does, there's 12 of them. See, I was like, I didn't feel like 7 was the right answer when I said that last time, but yeah, so there's 12 of them, okay. Yeah, it doesn't say... No, nothing says it on the wiki, though. Well, maybe they'll confirm it again at some point. Although if it is Xingyong, which it seems like that's a pretty good estimate, I guess that confirms it already. Good time zone, Yggdrasil TV. Let me just take a drink real quick and then we'll start level 3. We're only on level 3. Early seedling. Or seeding, rather. The signs of heaven are right. Time to get back on your feet, even if dark clouds draw near. Is this Arknights infield? No. I wish. This is just normal Arknights. I've heard rumors that Arknights infield might be out next year. Fingers crossed, honestly. That'd be cool. Like mid to late next year, specifically. My dear sister, traveling with the gentleman has taught me that the lands beyond are very different from Da Huang. Humans have invented many new things in just a few decades. There are all kinds of cities in Yin, more than just fields as far as the eye can see. There are glamorous palaces and busy markets, and so many more fascinating things. I'm just coming back for a little break. Then I'll go out on a long journey again. I don't know how many years it will be. Da Huang isn't the backwater hovel it once was. There are many people who can take care of these fields for you. Are you sure you don't want to go and see with me? I realize that the world outside isn't so different from Da Huang after all. How long has it been? Decades? Centuries? Perspectives change. The more you see, the more you realize that people are the same everywhere. Devious but predictable. Yes, now I fully understand what the gentleman said before he died. Just how long do you plan to stay here, my dear sister? You're playing with an emulator or Google Play? I'm using an emulator, LD Player. Started playing it on here before they had the Google Play thing, and just haven't felt like switching. Wei, why do you still shut yourself away like this? It took us so much effort to get you out of that hill. Shu's not here. Want to go for a walk with me? There's nothing new here, but the produce is on another level compared to the agricultural place in the other cities. Say, have you seen how they make booze out of grain yet? Ugh. Did the Tenchi Bureau come looking for trouble? I'm not afraid of the Tenchi Bureaus. With skills like that, you should be dealing with that big guy outside who refuses to move. All the Tenchis are out there for the relief effort. What can I do on my own? It's not like I could do it with my own two hands. I'm so bored. Come on, let me see what you're drawing. No. Oh, don't be like that. I could give you ideas, if you got art block or whatever. Get out. Yeah, I tried using BlueStacks at first, but I didn't like it as much. LD Player works better in my opinion. Why so nervous? Looks like you're hiding something. No, I'm not. Something's just bothering me. The folks at the Tianxi bureaus might be annoying, but they can't actually do anything about you. The Imperial Court has already given us a guarantee. The worst they could do is complain. So you're bothered about him. I can feel his presence. He never hides. Are you sure you don't want to go and see him? We're family after all. No. Wow, you really are cold. I heard how he always brought you the best paintings of the era whenever he passed by your hill. Don't pretend you didn't like them. Things are different now. When was the last time you saw him? Can't say I remember. His business got so big that he started getting warnings from the Sui regulator. He pulled things back a little afterwards. He's been enjoying himself the last few years sightseeing all over Yen. But the Sui regulator keeps a much tighter eye on him than it does us. How do you know all that? Yeah, merchant Sui? Heck yeah. I had a peek in the regulator's notebooks in the course of my dealings with them. The parts that weren't super double classified anyway. His business became so big. I always remember him as the simple-minded boy following Shu around, with no eye for anything other than silkworms and mulberry. Not the operator. The last time I saw him was when he passed by and I caught a glimpse of the painting. His eyes were clouded, repulsive, like the stinky Wei Chief failure, I know. He was in Baizhou. He was in Baizhou the year our Wei Chief failure broke out. Who do you think Yin had its eyes on for the past few years while ignoring you and I? You think they're in cahoots? No idea. I thought Ling and Daga were the only ones who he got along with. But he wouldn't have been able to call on people like he does now if the Sui regular made a decision like that, would he? You know how comfortable he is in human skin? Every transaction in the books he submits every year to the Sui regulators, perfectly above board. You couldn't find a flaw in it if you put them under a microscope. He's always the first to donate whenever a city is hit by catastrophe. The Sui regulator has to give him some respect on that point alone. You really think he did it out of the kindness of his heart? He's our brother. I won't badmouth him behind his back. Yeah, right. Anyway, relationships like ours don't exist amongst humans. Brothers, sisters, You what? Get out of here now, no peeking. Fine, no need to get all violent and excitable. Sibling ties in the worldly sense mean nothing to us after all. Maybe Yanese historians will invent a word to describe our relationship in a few hundred years or so, maybe. But we would have thrown a few more family reunions if you could change that stubborn streak of yours. I'm not stubborn. So when are you going to show me that 12 scrolls in your study? Go away. Yes, I know it's 12. You kept one for Sanjie, our third sister. Even after she disappeared. I'll assume that's the one I was thinking of. But, I mean, who knows? There's 12 of them. Have you figured out who the people depicted in the scrolls are, or did you give up on that? Unless you haven't even started on your self-portrait. Why are you so stubborn? A rainstorm. The dark clouds have disappeared, but the moisture in the air remains palpable. Zhou watches He Sheng clench his teeth and press the switch on his apparatus. A large vehicle, like the likes of which he has never seen, rolls over the fields, trampling row after row of crops underneath. Wind blows past dead, yellow leaves making a sound like scornful laughter. Disaster comes and goes as it pleases. What can mortal men do before the will of heaven? All these crops have to be destroyed? Yes. It was my first ever field test. Maize, all soaked in oranginium polluted water. No other choice. Restoring oranginium polluted soil is extremely difficult. The land is vast, but precious little of it is fit for farming. Even the cob of corn was sweet. I tried it when I first came to Daohong. It was the best thing ever. I wanted to grow it in the earth, so that everyone could taste the sweetness, feel the joy that I did when I tried it for the first time. This guy loves corn, and so do I. He's pretty cool. Another reason to replace Myrtle. Only the bare earth is left once the engine rumbles passes. Found you, Zhao He. The farmers are arguing with the Tianqi over after the engineers bulldoze the field. You need to come, hurry. Can't replace the best op in the game. Sorry, she got power creeped. Although, to be fair, technically since he's an event op, she will still be the best one, because not everyone's going to get this guy. Folks, the disaster has left us with little supplies and even less time. We can't afford any delays. The decision has already been made to abandon these farms. Please let us pass through with our tools. Well, abandon, you liar! The Tianqi who planted here told me 2 days ago that the crop research was at a crossroads. Who gave you the authority to trample our fields with your trucks? Oranginium particle concentration in plate D4 sample soils exceed acceptable limits. That means this field is polluted and no longer usable. We've dealt with stuff like this every year. Who do you think you are, an outsider deciding that this field should be abandoned? These fields can't be moved. It's been polluted by natural disaster, and the higher-ups have made the decision to not save it. This is already a bad year for the harvest. There's going to be a famine if you don't save the fields. You've never seen thousands die of starvation, have you? All you people care about is construction projects. You're not helping to save the fields, you're trampling them. Dao Wang belongs to us. You speak without wisdom. No wisdom, huh? I'll show you wisdom. You dare strike me? Screw you, son of a... I'll show you a son of a... Hey, everybody, calm down. Uncle Wing, these fields... Just look, it's bad enough that the fields are ruined by Oranginium. Now these people are running it over with their trucks. All they talk about is ministers and reports. Minister who? I've never seen them. We've not received any notice of these fields being abandoned. I thought the decision had been made to prioritize saving the soil. You didn't hear? The construction supplies have arrived. The rebuilding of Daohuang resumed last night. The cost of soil repairs has been reassessed based on the latest damage reports. The decision was made to prioritize construction on the core and abandon the outer agricultural plates and make preparations to move the core city. What? Has research on the source of the pollution been completed? Why the hasty decision? This comes from the Tianqi Bureau, way up. You can ask up the train yourself if you don't believe it. Husheng turns around. The farmers stare blankly at the tread marks left on the fields. If the Tianqi farmers' instructions are to abandon the fields, we will comply. But these fields aren't just places of work, they're people's homes as well. If there hasn't been a formal notice of evacuation, please move this equipment elsewhere, at least for now. Fine, but it'll happen in the next few days. Doja. I understand the hard work you folks are putting into farming this land, but things have changed. People were stuck to the earth before the nomadic cities. Today, though, most agriculture takes place in hydroponic facilities on mobile plates. To be frank, there's nothing special about this land. You said you're studying oranginium-resistant crops, but nothing's come of the research after all these years, has it? I'm just not sure if this is the only result, then there is no way to expand the application of the 1 Qing's, the 10,000 Qing of Fertile Fields project. All these years, nothing to show of it. Not even a bud of hope. They're gone. What did you say to them, Zhao He? Nothing special. I think we should get to cleaning up, Uncle Weng. Kind of suspicious, right, though? Like, the brother brought the supplies to rebuild the stuff. How did he know they were going to need to be rebuilt? That's kind of weird, right? Big Buffalo, where are you going? Just standing here? What are we gonna do? Listen to the Tianqis and move Danghua away? Leave all these fields behind? We should go ask the Jing. I don't know how. That one's the hardest word so far. Jing. I'm not sure. Say something. She would be the first to know if anything was happening to Dao Huang. If she isn't saying anything, that means it's out of her hands. And mine. Why are you holding your head like that? Maybe Xingyong really was a celestial Jin. Otherwise, how could she have carved our farmland in an environment like this? Sure, Xingyong was amazing, but it's amazing how people have taken care of the land. Xingyong would be so mad if he gave up this easily. Whoa. Grainbud steps on something and hastily pulls her leg back. A figure rises from the swaying rice. Napping man. Oh, what a good dream. Oh, it's him. I dreamed of a bumper harvest before catastrophe woke me up. Why are you sleeping in the field? Someone might step on you. You already stepped on me. That's because you're sleeping in the fields. Apologies, sir. Are you okay? I'm not injured, but I've got a big muddy footprint on this fine fabric. It's your fault for not watching where you sleep. You should watch where you're walking. Grain buds. Well, what do you want me to do? Wash it for you, buy a new set? Ugh. Forget it. All my clothes are made of the finest stuff from all over the land. You wouldn't know how to wash it. This guy's kind of a jerk. Are you the one who delivered the relief supplies? Hey, you're awfully clever. I'm a trader who managed to make a few coins. I came back when I heard about the disaster that hit Dao Hong. I got to do my part for my homeland, after all. You're from Dao Huang. Why are you sleeping in the fields then? Don't you have a home here? It's been so long that I hardly recognize the place. Lost my way, you say. Do you know where the Shadow Play Theater is? Shadow play? What's that? A kind of play that uses shadows, hence the name. Cast by cloth-shrouded lamps and straw figures. Do you not watch shadow plays here anymore? I've never seen it.
Where do you celebrate the harvest now? A great stage.
Just follow this path and turn left at the third tree. It's behind the Xingyong Shrine.
Oh, the Xingyong Shrine's still here. That's good to hear. Thanks. You're the first one to point the way for me. Well, fate has determined that we would meet here. I have a wish for sale. Anything you like.
The man opens his hands to reveal a round stone that gives a serene glow. What's this?
A wish. For anything you desire.
A wish? I don't believe you. You're a traitor, not some Shin. How do you make my wish come true?
I may be a humble trader, but I'm a big enough deal that I buy and sell anything. But the opportunity to trade with me doesn't come to everyone.
For real? Grainbuds looks back at He Sheng behind her, thinks about it, and turns back to the man. I wish Dao Huang could always be safe and peaceful, and the harvest's always good.
Sure, I can sell you that wish. What will you pay me for it?
Grainbuds, this guy's kind of weird. We should go. He's kind of a freak. I don't think we should be here. There's no use trying to scam me. I don't have any valuables.
It doesn't have to be valuable in terms of monetary value. I accept anything that you trade, that you value and treasure.
Xiao He, can I play that song?
Song? What song?
Grainbuds pouts. You stupid buffalo! Far away, a few foul beasts perch atop a stock beast, picking bugs off its hide with their long beaks. The stock beast quietly munches on grass, while the foul beasts frolic atop, occasionally scratching their necks and chirping happily. Grainbuds put her flute to her lips. The wind provides a gentle accompaniment. Green hills and flowing water moonlight on the river. Sway and sway, little boat, let the flowers bloom. Is she singing in between playing the flute? Because flutes require a mouth, so I'm not really sure how she's singing. Silent are the stars on high, the wandering seeds sprout. Far in the boat you go, rise flowers in the wind. Sway, sway, far away you go.
A fine payment. The stone is yours. Your wish will come true.
Huh. Grainbuds puts down the flute, glares at He Sheng, and runs away fuming.
She looked angry. Why?
She arranged it for me when I took my entrance exam 3 years ago. I remembered. She just put me on the spot.
Ah, such precious sentiment. What about you? Is there anything you'd like to buy from me?
Me? Thank you, but there's nothing I want in particular right now. Or should I say, what I want can't be bought. I have to earn it on my own.
I could hear you out if you'd like. There isn't much I can brag about, but I've been to more places than most, and so I sell more things than most.
You said you sell anything. Do you sell a future where nobody will starve?
Yes.
What?
The more valuable the good, the higher the price. What price will you pay for a tremendous dream?
Well, I'm worried that he I was worried she was gonna play the song and then they'd all forget the song existed because he took it as payment. That didn't seem to happen, but I'm suspicious by these payments, these asking for. It probably has something to do with his powers, right? So I'm worried about them.
I've cleaned up the polluted props house showing. Anything else you need to... You. I'm not sure why you're staring at me, young man. Have we met before? Yeah, excuse me, sir. We need to talk.
More field mouse. I like how we're fighting like avatars of dirt and then also just mice. The embodiment of all that is filthy in this world and also just mice. Although they got like star noses, they're more like shrews, I think. No, not shrew, not a shrew. A mole, I think, yeah. What has the... Yeah, star-nosed mole was the thing, yeah. More like a mole.
My sword's gonna cleave your bodies and values alike.
Oh, I cannot deploy on the rice fields. Okay. Don't want to trample the crops, I guess.
Can your eyes keep up?
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
Any instructions feels sad to lose your target, doesn't it?
If you're really incapable of settling,
I guess I'll just use our ability to heal.
Mountains when summer leaves a white dew. Seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
I was hoping that if I killed the filth on the valve that it wouldn't contaminate the water, but it still technically does. I guess it contaminates whichever tile they're closest to, it looks like. Why are the field mouse so angry? Scum? More likely to be attacked, because it's heavy blight.
Feels fresh. Come on, let's pick up the
Clear skies for teaming, rain clouds for blue.
私に芽吹く万物を一元に収むるはシャシャ楽々の境地にこそ草に積もる裏にはいつか散らん Concentrate
Just one new unit right at the end of the level? That's interesting. Yeah, Mr. G. Ah, you must be young Lord Zoe. Alas, where are my manners? I didn't even prepare a gift for our first meeting. You know me. Strange fabric, huh? What's happening to this stock piece? Why is it turning into string? Eerie whale. Zola reflexively reaches for his sword, but finds only a Tianchi apparatus for controlling agricultural instruments on his belt. His movement did not escape the man's attention. The corners of the man's mouth rises up slightly. No need to be nervous, Lord Zoe. These are but harmless toys. We've caused the effect. Cut unreal into real. Are these your creations? Just doing my part. Eerie cry. The man waves his hand, and the strange creature turns into tiny threads before vanishing. The ways of the Fahrenheit proxies are mystifying. Petty parlor tricks, not much use for them. Pestilence and blight tend to follow a flood. Dealing with disaster, you can't see or touch is hard. Weave it into an object, and it becomes easier to deal with. My elder sister would chastise me for violating the laws of nature, if she saw me do this. You shouldn't be here. This is my childhood home, after all. I got a little homesick. So what is his power exactly? Weave cause into effect, cut unreal into real. Dealing with disaster you can't touch is hard. Weave it into an object and it becomes easier to deal with. So he can polymorph things? I'm not really sure. Like he turned, I guess that stock beast, he turned the disease into a stock beast or something. I'm not really sure. And then like, and then destroyed the stock beast. Turned it into tiny threads. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I didn't know your kind had childhoods. We were all ignorant once. No matter how long our lifespans, new things left a deeper impression on us, and we think more of those around us at the time. Any meeting of you and your siblings is an important matter that should have been reported to the Sui regulator in advance. The Imperial Court convoy was delayed by catastrophe. I got word from an old friend, an old Tian Shi, and immediately sent relief supplies out of my own pocket. I only saw my older sister briefly, and I haven't even got a glimpse of the younger ones. Isn't the Sui regulator being a little, inhumane? The Sui regulator has instructions to keep a close eye on you. Even though I've never broken a single rule in all these years. It's not up to you. And yet you're not wearing the garb of a candle holder. The man smiles. His demeanor is gentle, polite, and relaxed.
but Zhao Lo can't help but feel a little chill up his spine. I've heard much about you, Lord Zhou. That we should meet here is certainly the will of heaven, and I would very much like to make your acquaintance. There's no need to flatter me. I've seen many a scion of blue-blooded families in Bai Zhao, plenty of them intelligent and learned. But it would be a challenge to find more than a handful who could get down to business and do honest work like you. In the 11th month of last year, you entered the den of the Longyi, Shen Huaizhong, by yourself and rescued dozens of innocent prisoners. In the 2nd month of this year, you braved numerous dangers in pursuit of that special goblet. The uninformed believe that you have risen to your position at such a young age because of your father. What do you know, or what do they know of the dangers of a candleholder's duty? Why should one mistake wipe out all the hard work you've done in the past? You're not supposed to know of these things. A businessman hears many things, after all. The things one hears can be a commodity too, if another is willing to pay a price for them. And it's my business to know what kind of customer would pay that kind of price for information. For example, I know what's on the other side of the river to the north of Daohuang. I know what Nian is building here. I know you suspect that ulterior motives are involved in the catastrophe that struck Yumin, but all your leads come up empty, am I right? Your meticulousness is impressive. But I would not underestimate the Sui regulator if I were you. We will get to the bottom of any suspicions we have. I would caution you to toe the line. Is this a word of advice from a friend? A word of warning from a candleholder to the Sui regulator? I'm sure you worry too much. The best Tianxis in all of Yin are all gathered in the Chamber of Heaven's Designs north of Daohuang. What can one little man do? Should you not be more concerned about the things across the river? What? Do you know how many Tianxis the Chamber of Heaven's Design has lost in the past 3 months? Don't you dare spread lies and rumors. Trust is a merchant's greatest asset. I never lie, Lord Zhou. You can look into it yourself if you don't believe me. Then think about what you want to do and whether it might involve a deal with me. Everything is just as usual. The wind is silent. Stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The girl looks around. Stupid man. How many times have I told him not to run away? Stupid Zhao He doesn't even remember my song. I'm not playing with him anymore. Layer after layer of leaves block out the sun. The wind brings with it the pleasant scent of rice. The earth is damp, and she leaves footprints in it as she steps upon it, walking forward while brushing aside the leaves that hide the skies. Mian, it's time to go home. Mian, why did you run away? Get back to your pen, or I'm gonna get scolded along with you. A gentle breeze brushes by. The large dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. Grainbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. Excuse me? I'm going away. Huh? I don't want to eat grass anymore. What?
Has Zhao He been putting weird stuff in your fodder again? I'll talk to him and make sure you guys are eating properly. It's scary here. Yeah, she did say she could talk to them. Death is coming. Will you come with us? You mean the flood a few days ago? No need to be so scared. The flood is gone. We'll build tougher houses for you so you won't have to be afraid of catastrophes. I'll protect you. No. It comes from across the river. Look beneath your feet. Beneath what? Grainbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. A gentle breeze brushes by. The large dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. The girl looks around. Stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The wind is silent. Everything is just as usual. Uncle Wing, what are you doing? Moving trees. The peace tree? It was in perfect shape. Why are you moving it? What about those Tumush Tin-Chi? Give me a hand and move the dirt over there. They've gone back to the factories. Well, they'll be transporting materials through here in a bit. Everyone knows that there's no saving this land. Zhao He, you're a student of the Tianxi Bureau, but you're also from around here. Tell us what happened to the land. I don't know. Huh. Well, yeah, I know every inch of the land is business to the Mandarins. How much money it turns, how much money it takes to turn them into moving plates, and how much money they stand to make. But this is our home. My family has lived here for generations. How could they tell us to abandon our home just like that? This is my home too. I promise I'll get to the bottom of what's happening here. I'll find a way to save the land. Yep. What use are your promises? They promised to take these fields along with when they started building Nomadic City. Fine, I'll pretend I lost the land to catastrophe, but I'm taking this tree with me. My grandpa's grandma planted it. The people in the cities think home is something you can take with you. Well, this tree is my home, and I'm taking it with me. I'll help. The old farmer lifts the peace tree onto his shoulder. Carrying it his home, he leaves deep footprints in the mud. He Sheng looks back at the core city as he carries the heavy tree. The lumberjack looks down, a blank expression on his face. After a period of silence, he opens his mouth. Are you looking for something? You can talk. What are you doing here? My stock beast ran away. I came to bring him back. What stock beast? Right here. She points to her side. The water underneath her feet reflects her figure, the clouds, the sky. There is straw all around, but no sign of any animal. She blinks. I could have sworn he was here. Follow me. I'll help you find your stock beast. Yeah, see, the thing is, I know she said she can talk to animals, but I'm worried that wasn't her stock beast. I don't know. Or maybe it walked away.
Have a seat, Lord Zhou. Assistant Minister Ning. What a coincidence. From Sheng Shu to Yumen and now to Dao Huang, you must be an outstanding candleholder to be handed such responsibility. What are your instructions? No need for such formality. I would not be meeting you here if this was official business. There is a matter that requires your assistance in a less than official manner. About the Sui proxies. The 12 Pagodas and 5 Cities project is of crucial importance to Great Yen. Having 4 proxies here in the same place at the same time like this is a headache to say the least. There may be devastating consequences if someone with ulterior motives decides to cause trouble. Do you mean to say that you already know someone intends to cause trouble? Are you aware that the development of Dao Hung has resumed? The traitor supplies. He should not interfere with such matters. All I know is that he had a meeting with Assistant Minister Win from the Ministry of Engineering. Do you know him? I'm familiar with him. He has been working with Dao Huang's mobile plate development in recent years. But he also participated in Yumen's repairs a few months ago. What is Ji planning? Ji was known to be close to Shu, and the two of them used to farm Dao Huang 1,000 years ago. Ji later left Dao Huang to start a business. He returns to Dao Huang once every few decades. The last visit was 60 years ago. You recall these details well. Do you suspect that he intends to sabotage Dao Huang? Right now we need to figure out why he came back to Dao Huang. This is what I would like you to uncover. The Ministry of Rights and the Sui Regulator have long been at odds over the Sui issue, yet now you're asking me to do this. Where do you stand yourself? As a candleholder, my duty is to my order. And of course, you want to be a good sword. That way, it's not the sword's fault, even if it kills the wrong person. I'm not trying to shirk responsibility. Have you ever thought about why the Sui Regulator wants to eliminate the Sui by force? If there comes a day when Yumen goes to the capital, ending the existence of both cities and the Farenmont to the sound of cannon fire, do you really say we had no choice about all the people who lost their homes and the soldiers who lose their lives? Was there really no other way? What prompts you to ask me to do this? The welfare of the people, not the cloak and daggers of the court. Honesty and integrity. I'm sure the answer is right there in your heart. The man points at the calm surface of the river, smooth like a mirror, almost like it has frozen in place. The water reflects the clouds in the sky and the girl's face. The stock beast is inside. In the river. You want to find him? Go down. Yeah. Alright. I'll find him down there and bring him back to his pen. The river channel booms with the sound of crashing water and rolling air. The girl steps forward. Yeah, that's not, that's not normal. Come back, you'll die. The old lumberjack suddenly raises his axe high before putting it back down meekly. Let him go, Zushi. I'll bring her back. I know how to handle it. She's not that far gone. Let me go, I can bring her back. Zushi, no, she can still be saved. Zushi! There's only death there. She's beyond all help. You can't save her. Go back. Put up a grave monument. Oh hey, it's this girl. I totally forgot about her. Where do you think you're going, you idiot? The stock beast is down there. The old lumberjack told me so. I'm bringing him back. Have we seen her in all the events? No, but she was in the start of this event for like 2 lines, and then we haven't seen her again. You're stock beast. Or you're the stock beast, you dumb rice brain. Are you talking about me? Of course I'm talking about you. You think you're a stock beast? You think there's a stock beast down there? Are you blind or stupid? Oh, shut up. Splat. A piece of river mud hits Grainbud in the face. Whoa. Her sight remains surprisingly clear. She still sees everything before her. What's going on? Grainbuds tries to wipe the mud away, but there is something hard in the mud that sticks to her face. Why are there 2 pieces of rice? Uncle? Where's the mute uncle? What uncle? All I see is you trying to jump into the water, you crazy idiot. Now throw that away. Grainbud washes away the mud by the river. The angry girl turns around. There is nobody in the forest beyond the levee, but she stares long and hard into the woods and nods. The footsteps grow distant, disappearing amongst the trees. So we have like, I was about to say like, so we have like a weird alternate Dao Wang dimension. You know who else has alternate dimensions? The demons. Think it's the brother's power? It could be the brother's power, maybe, but it could be demons. They did talk about demons. The brother and the ministers were talking about the thing beyond the river to the north. I'd say it's 50-50 right now. Has violated the statute by entering Dao Huang and meeting proxies without permission. The penalties thereof, or hereof, are temporary deferred in consideration of his assistance to the disaster relief efforts. It is hereby ordered that depart Dao Huang within 3 days under supervision of the Sui regulator. Any delays will be subject to strict penalties. The red stamped letter sits prominently at the center of the table. It seems that whoever placed it here knew when the master of the room would return and how she would react. You wouldn't tell me to my face. You say you trust me. But will we ever have a chance to sit down and talk to each other again?
Not bad.
pumping stations. Pump waters from one tile behind towards the front, cleansing or spreading blight. Oh snap. Alright. Dialogue of silk and linen. In matters of silk and linen, half the time is spent on bargaining. You think the water on this map counts as water for Ceylon? I'd hope so. Nope, lol. Oh, okay. Never mind then. That's probably... That's probably one of my biggest complaints mechanically is... And I was thinking about this with grain buds actually as well. Like, the field musks in this event don't count as wild beasts. You think they would have made them wild beasts so that it incentivized using the new character, right? You think they would make water useful for water characters. There's weird gaps mechanically sometimes that Hypergriff does, and I'm like, why? So yeah, that's probably one of my biggest mechanical complaints. Now she's kind of, yeah. Now she's just a normal, like, 5-star slow support. Like, there's a dozen of them that all do the same thing. Incentivize using her in the event by literally they have an animal. You made an animal for the event. Why is it not the right category? It's so strange. This guy, I'll be honest, I didn't think we'd see him again. So I didn't look up his voice. Took a gamble on that one and I lost. Just gonna give him a temporary voice. It'll take too long to look up. So. Are you okay? Daoshi, thank you so much. I was transporting rare ore from the north and selling it in the south when I got waylaid. You really saved my hide there. You shouldn't be traveling by side trails. It was because we were in a hurry. Anyway, thank you very much for your help.
Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Not interested, bye. Sir, I assume you're a martial artist of some renown? That you walk in Jinghu? Do you want to spar? That's not for a meek merchant like me. But if you're a martial artist, as a matter of fact, I came across a rare tome on Kung Fu in the course of my travels. I think you might be interested. What use do I have for Kung Fu books? Don't make me laugh. How about just a look? I never sell anything my customers don't need. I'll pass. Just one look. It won't take your time. It won't take much of your time. I promise you won't regret it. Enough is enough. Your skills have advanced beyond my wildest dreams. I am no longer a match for you. It's you. If I beat you, will you make me the first under heaven? You already are the first under heaven. The first? I'm the first under heaven. His heart feels like it's boiling. His fists still feel warm. He has reached the summit. He has done what he sought to do all his life. Wait, no. Who is this man? He feels dazed. What's going on? Who are you? Like I said, a humble merchant. I buy and sell everything. How did he find me? Why me? I know you've trained for 40 years with one opponent in mind. You have the chance to close the gap by a few decades. Are you not interested? I don't need your help. Maybe you don't want anything from me, but you have something I want. I heard you recently came into possession of a certain sword. Name your price. What can I offer you for it? Okay. So yeah, in the last event, Huai Tianpei fought Chongyu, and Chongyu gave him his sword, which has his Fahrenheit powers inside of it. And he's supposed to be the new guardian of the sword. Get lost. What the? It appears you're not satisfied with my offer. Now, there's no need to be hasty. There's room for negotiation. There's nothing to negotiate. You honored the sword. You honored your promise. I knew my oath brother could be trusted. 40 years in search of the peak of Kung Fu perfection. Is there no price you would pay to reach that peak? Enough of your tricks. Tad? Oh yes, everything is for sale. It's just about putting the right price on it. How about the life of your daughter? Yeah, no, this guy sucks. Wait, this is a construction site. You can't enter without permission. Long time no see, Yin. Did you make all this? Very impressive. Skip the flattery. What do you want? It's been so long since we last saw each other, and this is how you greet me. Where would you have found the funding for your little toy if it wasn't hard at work north and south paying taxes on my hard-earned income? You think I don't know where your money comes from? Speculation and inflated prices, not to mention you're not the one who made all that stuff. There's a reason traders like you weren't respected in the old days. What are you doing here? I thought you'd go see Shu first. Just curious about this thing. They say that we will let our family live in peace and comfort forever and ever. Heard you ran into a bit of trouble. Need a hand? If I did, it wouldn't be yours. What do you know about engineering? I could help a little with Shu's side. What are you planning? I know that this energy core is more than just a construction project. It must be given the concept of life in order for it to become the conceptual Farenmut that enables our continued existence. That's why you need your big sister's powers, but she's already so much to deal with here. Okay, actually, that checks out. I get it now. So they're going to fight Sui, right? Which is themselves. So presumably if they destroyed Sui, they would destroy themselves. But if they make an artificial Farenmut, that would allow them to continue to exist even after they destroy Sui. Okay. So that's their plan. Wonder why Yin will agree to it? Presumably for the 12 pagodas in 5 cities or whatever. Right? They're supposed to create those which will expand and enhance the country. And in return, they get to do this, I guess. Plus, they're defeating Sui for Yin, right? Nian and Dusk and Ling, like... Yin, not all of Yin might like them, but they are chill, right? They're not doing evil things, so... But Sui as a whole has been causing trouble now. So they can get rid of Sui, they're like, well, at least... that one's out of the way. I've learned a trick or two from her. Wouldn't it be more efficient for me to take over? So you care about her after all. I thought you two had a split. Perish the thought. Can I take that as a yes? No, hold it right there. Go back to where you came from and I'll pretend I never saw you today. Aye, my sisters really don't want to see me. I'm just on guard against your bag of tricks. Don't want to fall into your trap. Wouldn't it be the first time you cheated me out of something? I was just helping you sell some of your things. You always got your fair cut. Just stop. I haven't got time for your smooth talk. Go away, far away from my project. The last thing I need is even more complaining from the old men. I know, Nian was the one who was like, hey Dusk, you want to go hang out with brother? And now she's like, go away. No one likes you. What am I really wanted to go and see? Wei? Don't get so excited. Do I look like the kind of man who would steal from my little sister? I'm just here to see my sisters. I'm glad you're all safe, or you're still alive and kicking. I saw him once, and that was it. Where did he go? Wait. Rah. Bite. You. Dusk. What's the matter? Not quite as spirited the last time I saw you, eh? You shouldn't not abuse your proxy powers like that. I'll give it a rest. Did you think I would have come looking for the Sui regulator if I didn't really, absolutely, definitely have to? So he already found you. What are you planning? Why did he suddenly return to Da Huang, just as work on the 12 pagodas in 5 cities is beginning? Why are you asking me? Aren't you the candle holder? I'll get to the bottom of it, of course. And where do you intend to start? I suspect there's someone behind the previous disaster. With the construction of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities looming, the offender may be in hiding somewhere nearby. And what is a lone candle holder gonna do without help? I'm not the only one the Sui regulator has in Da Huang. Then you can keep following the lead of others, completely oblivious to what's going on, just like you always do. Looks like taking off that uniform has cleared your eyes for a bit. Maybe there's hope for you yet. I don't need your advice. I don't like to deal with calculating types. I'm gonna say this once and only once. The needle prick is smart. Very smart. He's not going to leave a trail for you to find, and you people know that, having been on this case for so many years. Brute force is more effective when dealing with someone like that. Force? Here. A picture scroll! What do you think you can do on your own, even if you somehow catch him in the act? This will at least keep his feet tied for a while. It's a major violation of regulations. For a candle holder to have private contact with a proxy, never mind borrowing her power. It's your choice. You'd help me. I've said enough. The ball is in your court now. Dosha. So you came here to play and saw me sleeping by the river? But that doesn't make sense. Why would I still have flowers that I picked in a dream? My leg hurts too. Leg cramps while dreaming means you're growing taller. Congrats. Yay. Ha, you haven't grown an inch these past few years. The only thing that's gotten bigger is your voice. And you sneaked out of class, didn't you? Shh, keep it down. I knew it. Are you really a student at the Tianxi Bureau? Why do I always see you outside? If I'm not at school, it means I have something more important to do than sit in school. None of your business. I won't tell anyone you sneaked out of classes if you don't tell anyone I came to the Riverside, deal? Where's my fan? Give it back. How did you know? Pff, you're so mean. I already gave you your flute. What do you want? You just cobbled it together with from some bamboo lying around, and you only gave it to me after you were done playing it. Cobbled together? You... Listen to the sound. Look at the texture. Do you know how hard it was to give it away? Give it back if you don't want it. It's that nice? Alright, you can have your fan back, but we're keeping this a secret. That's more like it. Here, it's this stalk of rice. See how pretty the red color is? It's the only one alive here. Is it some kind of new species? Hey, why did you pull it out? My homework. Do you know where else something like this grows? Any kind of crop will do. Anything that's pretty like this. Don't tell anyone, just let me know. I'll come and take a little bit. Isn't that cheating? And don't pick it yourself. Don't want you damaging it. Tell me and I'll come. Don't tell anyone else. Fine, fine. Just keep my name out of it if the Tianxis catch you. You worry about that time you gave the test stock beast diarrhea with the wrong feed. You... I have a dream. Dao Wang is big, very big. It takes a whole day to walk from the east end to the west end, and you'll break your leg before you walk a full circle around its farmlands. But Lao Shi says Dao Huang isn't big enough to feed everyone. I've never been outside Dao Huang. This is the northern border of Yen, with only rough roads through the mountains and rivers. The food produced here is the only link to the world outside. The weight of the grain on the stalks in summer and autumn is the weight of the land. There is no sight like the sight of farmland during a bumper harvest. Who's there? An old farmer stands in the fields. Her facial features are unclear. There are tiny flowers in her hair. Hello? Here. A hoe? Till the earth. Loosen the soil, plant the seeds, and let them grow. Plow with focus. The youth takes the hoe. The old farmer turns around and bends down to work the soil again. The hoe is heavy. He raises it up high. Then he brings it back down onto the earth. Thump. A rice seedling buds from the loosened soil. It grows rapidly, and soon flowers begin to bloom from its stalks. The youth feels a strange sense of fatigue. He wipes the sweat from his forehead and raises the hoe again. Thump. In the blink of an eye, the blooming flowers fall, and grains start to fill the stalks. The rice has borne again. Or the rice has borne grain, rather. It should be ready for harvest soon. The hoe seems to be getting heavier and heavier. He looks at his hand. Thick calluses have formed, and his arms and shoulders have grown creased and wrinkled. The old farmer says nothing and continues to work the soil. A seedling emerges from the earth, in the shadow of a patch of rice. Thump. Life, then death. Golden rice grains fall from the stalks, then fields after fields of crops fall lifeless onto the earth. The youth freezes, just before he brings the hoe down, staring at the scene before him in shock. Old timer, what happened to the rice? From spring to autumn, one harvest to the next. What is a season to you, young man? Reaping the fruit, filling your belly, planting the next batch of seeds. The youth lifts the hoe and brings down on the earth, again and again. The rice seeds take root and sprout underneath his feet, blossoming and bearing grain before wilting and returning to dust. He never gets the chance to hold the seeds in his hands. He feels his strength fade, his hair grows rampant. From black and strong to soft and fragile, and his clothes rip and tatter, hanging on the back that he could no longer keep straight. He brings the hoe down one last time, not having the strength to do it again. The knot of white hair drops down by his face. I spent all my life farming here, but life is too short. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. Numbers that are too big for me. I'm old. He is standing on shambles. I will never see them grow up. I don't have the time to wait for them to bear fruit. It is beyond my lifespan. The old farmer plants a tree on the levee and caresses the tree trunk before disappearing into thin air. Tree after tree appears on the levee. There are strands of red silk tied to them, wooded placards hanging off the silk, but the writing on the placards are too blurry for Hu Sheng to read. Wind causes the forest to rustle. What are those placards? Why can't we keep the crops we grow from the earth? Broken rice grains lie on the ground. What did you see, young man? Why don't I see the fruit? He lifts the hoe again, bringing it down, wilting and growing old with each swing. He pours his life into the earth so that it may nourish the crops, but the crops do not respond. They grow and wilt without leaving seed. His long white hair covers him like dried grass. Does any of this mean anything? His back is hunched. The pain of age spreads across his back. Weakness has robbed him of the strength to speak. He can only mumble meaningless sounds. He casts his cloudy eyes to the ground, where patches of rice seedlings lie. Who will see the day? He Shung turns around. A white figure stands behind him, her hair long like an ancient old tree, blue as the river. The figure waves her sleeves, and the rice starts to grow rapidly. Before long, all He Shung can see is growing rice. The figure begins to stride, and everything is silent. He Shung! Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on. He Shung, wake up! Died of old age. Damn.
Let's get this over with. Enemy spotted. It'll be nice if they entered single file like the Knights
The
do,
pumping station. Pumps swallow water from the tiles behind this unit. From the tile behind this unit forward. If the tiles behind this unit is a clear patty, reduces blight level. If the tile behind it is a blighted patty, increases blight level of the target patty until it is equal to or exceeds that of the original patty. If an allied unit is located on a tile behind, effect range +2. So I guess there's water here? Although, I'm guessing that blocks it too. I would assume.
A new challenge.
A solo to you.
Put her out. Blemish. That's just a snail. Absorbs shallow water to attack all allied melee units on the map, dealing splash damage and a cross when on bladed tiles. Attack deal additional arts damage causes blight to the patty. All allied melee units on the map that deal cross damage? That's crazy.
に沈んだ相思未だに草場に積もる恨みはいつか散らん。私に東国を直除すれば官庁倫理たり。階級東国を直除すれば官庁倫理たり。
Any instructions? Come on! Let's pick up the pace!
I guess this is automatic? Yeah, it's passive, so... I guess it's passively healing, question mark? Passively cleaning the water?
Feels bad to lose your target, doesn't it?
Couldn't tell. Ling's been doing well, though. Look at this place. Rice paddies as far as the eye can see, all ethereal. Heaven and earth are expansive, but all is silent. The whiff of liquor, the dancing clouds flow into a goblet. Down the goblet, and all is clear and bright. Oh, hey. What a dream. How did you find the time to come? Aren't things pretty exciting over there? I wanted to see whether the Kaoling liquor you promised me was ready. How do I give it to you in a dream? What year's vintage are you talking about? Which dream of yours is this? At least let me sniff a whiff, if I don't get to taste it in a dream. Or see if my hardest working sister got a little thinner. This is what Nien has made. The poet waves her sleeves, and a pot of wine and 2 goblets appear out of thin air. She cracks the mud seal in the pot, and the rich scent of liquor fills the air. The poet turns around and peers out of the rice fields that stretch for tens of thousands of li and beyond. The seasons circle ahead. Winter giving way to summer, spring giving way to autumn. Is this what you see in this heart? Rice fields as far as the eye can see, the seasons rotating. You farm here day after day. Is it really possible to build what you talk about here? Do you need a hand? I just don't want you to turn this whole vessel into a huge pot of wine, or suddenly give all philosophical and think you would rather dream forever than to wake up in a world without freedom. I think she already did that once. You sure you don't need my help? I've almost forgotten how many years you spent here. You're gonna become my aged liquor if you don't get out and get some fresh air. For our other brothers and sisters, I worry that they don't see things clear enough. For you, I worry that you see too clearly. See too clearly, such that you fail to see yourself. I'm just farming here. Everything has a heart, from the mountains to the rivers, to the trees and to the grass. To you, the trees and grass may not be any different from our own lives. What is it that you still can't put down? What keeps your mind occupied? J'ai left so many scrolls and books. She wanted to teach everyone to read and write, but all those scrolls and books disappeared with her. No one remembers her after this, or other than us.
but I've visited schools and Tenchi bureaus, and I've seen handwriting that looked exactly like hers in their books. All of her things are no more. Even I didn't imagine to keep a single one. But the words she said are now being said by students, and the words that she wrote are now being written by the pens of students. She once told me, it's the things I leave behind that count. I just want to see what I can leave behind on the far end of these fields of rice. What I can leave behind if the day comes that I am no more. Has the end that you have been starring for so long changed at all? Never. Nothing but snow as far as the eye can see. The spring harvest, the autumn harvest all buried in snow. I see. Do you feel disappointed as a result? Regret? Is life itself not a result? Do the countless mortals of the world give up living just because they realize it will eventually come to an end? Not all our siblings think that way. Has our little brother come back? Yes. Where has the timid and docile G we knew and loved gone? Little brothers and sisters are always cuter when they stay little. I'll go to him. One, two, three. What species is this? Megaphone? I've never seen it. It looks nice. You wouldn't understand if I explained. Just shut up and keep looking. But that's not the right attitude when you're asking for help. Say, Megaphone, I wanted to ask you something. You're a student at the Tianqi bureaus, right? And of all my friends, you know more than anyone else except for Shu and Xiaohe. Well, what is it? Spit it out. Have you ever seen my parents? Pihua, how many people do you think there are in a Tianqi bureau? You think I remember everyone who passes through the doors like the security guards? Did the mud ball give you a concussion or something? You could have just said you don't know them. No need to be rude. Why are you asking? I saw a strange merchant today. He said he came from outside Dan Huang, from very far away. Oh? Shu said my parents went to become Tianqi in a faraway place, but I never knew what they did, or why they never came back after all these years and no one ever talked about it. Is there any chance you could ask for me, Megaphone? I'm not asking to come back. I just want to write to them and tell them that Dao Wang is about to get moved onto mobile plates so they won't lose their way when they come home. Don't you worry. The Tianqi Bureau aren't stupid. Someone will bring them home when it's time for them to come home. Is this all the flood-affected plates? I think so. Why? Does the rice you're looking for have something to do with the flood? Don't ask questions that don't concern you. You wouldn't understand the work of the Tianqi Bureau even if I explained it. You just wait and see. Xiaohe said that in my talent for arts, all I need to do is read a few more books, and I'll get into the Tianqi Bureau for sure, then I'll wipe that cocky look off your face. Sure, if and when you do. And don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for the rice stalks. But why? Forget it, you'll never say. Hey, how have you been doing? Anyone bullying you? Me, I'm pretty happy. Shu and Xiaohe take care of me, and all the farmers around here are really nice. I also made 2 new friends, Candlestalk and Inkbrush. Why do you ask? Are you worried about me? Worried about you? Of course not, nope. Well, thanks for the help anyway. Take care of yourself. If anyone bullies you, smack them on the head with your flute, like I taught you. grow flax. Mulberry fields grow as the sun rises, drive away all evil and bring new light to heaven and earth. La 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 la. I never liked this statue. Who decided that Qing Yong should be shabby and weathered? She liked to look pretty. She always had flowers in her hair, and she liked the clothes I made. And I remember how much her eyes looked like yours. If only Dusk had a portrait of her. But that was before she started to paint. Didn't that old farmer have flowers in her hair? I didn't think you would ever come back. Come now, I'm already past the age for running away from home. When did I ever say I wouldn't come back? The prodigal son starts to miss home when he's far away for long enough, and this is the one place I felt like I could call home. Now though, at a time like this, if only I came back 2 days earlier, I would have made it in time for this year's festival opera and tasted your homemade dumplings. Sure, dumplings on the road and noodles for home. Whatever you want to eat, we've got it at home. Then it's time for you to go. I've hardly been back for 2 days and you're already kicking me out. You could stay for as long as you want, if you were only here to take a rest. Are you only here to take a rest, though? That's what I want to ask. Dao Wang looks different every time I come back. Who would have thought it was just a land of frozen soil 1,000 years ago? The people claimed this earth from a land of evil. Back then, the mountains and rivers were chaos, and the heavens knew no seasons, but hearts were brave and bright. There were no differences in upbringing or nationality. Everyone looked for one another. The only enemy was the barren soil before them, and the demonic threat that always loomed over their heads. Yeah, so they are close enough for demon incursions. Alright. I dreamt of her a few days ago, and I dreamt of that old gentleman too. I thought maybe it was time I came home. Fortunately, the way home was the same. Unfortunately, the same could not be said of people's hearts. Why does everyone hate them? I mean, look at them. Clearly, no one trusts him. Even the Sui regulators are like, yes, he technically hasn't broken any rules, but we don't trust him, so... Clearly, whatever his powers are, they don't like that. And he must have some history of doing... perhaps skirting the line or something, who knows. And whatever he and Shu argued about the last time they met. When was the last time you had a good look at the people here? All under heaven live for profit and die for profit. Where profit goes, so do the people. It's the same everywhere. What do you think the Imperial Court spends its time discussing? How to protect our lives, or how to achieve an outcome that they believe to be the safest? Do you really think that Nian's toy can keep everyone safe? It's the only way to save everyone's life. You're handing your life over to someone else. It's not a fair partnership, it's one-sided shoulders all the risk. Both sides must bear the same risk in order for partnerships to last. Have you been away for so long that all you care about is profit and loss? I care about you, my sister. You're tired. Helping out with Nian's project is incredibly taxing, as if you don't have enough on your plate already in the fields and forests. Otherwise, you would have noticed earlier. How many catastrophes have struck this land in the last 1,000 years? You knew when and where each and every one would strike beforehand. You feel everything that happens to this land as though it was happening to you. Why are you holding on? What are you holding on to? Who's the one working against the laws of nature? Wake up! What did you see? What did I see? I saw... Wait, how did you know? Zola is holding a thread in his hand. It soon vanishes into thin air. Maybe a practical joke. Probably Oranginium arts. What you saw was an illusion, but it was something that he wanted you to see. Some kind of psychological suggestion. What did you see? I saw an old farmer. She made me work the fields. I couldn't get any crops to grow. I grew old and I couldn't lift the hoe anymore. There were many placards on the trees across the river. No one ever went there, but there seemed to be names written on them. The old farmer disappeared. Across the river. He showed you the other side of the river. Husheng sighs and looks along the river into the distance. The trees are green on the other side of the river. A gust of wind seems to rustle the leaves. Zhao He, Candlestick, there you are. Grain buds, where were you? I was looking for rice stalks. Rice? I thought you went looking for stock beasts. What kind of rice was it that you had looking for? And don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for the rice stalks. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone. It's all so weird. I can't make heads or tails of it. Who asked you to look for rice? What did it look like? Where did you find it? Candlestick, what's the matter? You're starting to scare me. Grain buds. All right. It was a short little girl, a student at the Tianchi Bureau, who said she was looking for a special kind of rice to submit for homework. I didn't know what species it was. It was red, really red. There were some at the dam and in the paddies not far from here. Husheng, where did they store the recently harvested grain? The centralized granaries in the core city. I need you to check on the granaries right now. No delay. Report anything unusual to the Xiangjing immediately. Wait, what's going on? We might be too late already. Today, the celebrations opera comes in 3 acts: The Great Hunt, Signs of Heaven, and Flourishing Life. But there used to be another act between the first and second, Pacifying the North. It hasn't been sung for a long time. Do you remember, Shu? Can you sing another verse? I still remember the tune, but not the words. All old stories, hardly worth a song. Yeah, it's hard to get in the mood when there's no audience, and hard for the audience to get into a forgettable opera. But I remember this demonic fragment to the north as the result of the people at the time resorting to any means necessary to resist it. Now its incarnation is helping the people fend off demonic calamity. Fate works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? We should not be conflated with it. You're right, we shouldn't. The people must never learn of the demonic presence. But how do you resist the lure of this one precious piece of unpolluted soil? For 1,000 years, the people here have lived across the river from that light. Here, people have sowed for 1,000 years in blissful seclusion. The time has come to reap what is sowed 1,000 years ago, and it must be reaped by the right person. Tell me, you didn't have anything to do with that disaster, did you? I've never lied to you. True, you just choose not to tell the truth from time to time. Why have you come back? Like I said, I just felt like dropping by. Just like old times, I just want to ask, will you come with me, sister? My answer is the same. I will not leave. I can't leave.
These small fry ain't
So the
even
people are
close to
using
quelling
a
my
demonic
hunger.
fragment to repel the demons? Is that... I'm understanding that correctly? Another tutorial. Maybe this will tell us about pumping stations. Guide the waters. Irrigation is no simple matter, even with automated technology. Oh no, the fields here are already polluted. What should I do? Don't panic. Try using this pumping station those nerds made. Just like this. Place them right in front of a body of water, and you'll be able to purge the pollution. I like that she called them nerds for making stuff, as if that's not her whole thing, is making things. What about over here? Oh, I know, we need more pumping stations. Easy now, just watch me. Deploying an operator behind a station and fiddle with it like a little like I am right now, and you can double the water output. Understood. Okay. Do you have to face it for it to work, or you just have to be behind it?
Personally? Freeze!
It's spewing polluted water now. Is it over for us? This toy those geeks made can only pump water, not clean it. So if your water source is polluted, it'll spread the pollution. Though it can't pollute the target water any further than the source water's current pollution level, of course. Keep this in mind, too. Only clean water can reduce pollution and wash away blight. Yeah, and the Tianxis have sent us a new pumping station. They sure move fast. Well then, listen up. Place a new pumping station here. Face downwards. This way you won't have to worry about this patch as long as I'm here. Now let's wipe out the enemy.
I'll show them what I can do.
So if I'm understanding
Not
correctly,
one step backward. It's safe here.
the pumping station does not remove pollution. It just transfers pollution.
Freeze! Not one step backward.
Like I was originally thinking that it would like remove the pollution from one pool and put it into the other pool, but I don't think that's the case.
I'll show them what I can do.
Mission accomplished.
Looking after everyone's health is my greatest motivation.
Yeah, it just transforms an adjacent area into the same thing, I guess. Fourth ticket for fun.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
That's where we'll stop for the day. What is this?
Oh hey, reclamation algorithm has like an icon, but isn't actually available yet. Neat. Just looking at my Orndom deposit, 58. Ugh. That's the lowest it's ever been in 4 years. Got some good characters for it though, I guess. So look on the bright side. Anyway, we will continue this tomorrow. Looks like ending 4 is out. Yeah, there's a Mulesey's character story too, which is always nice to see. Of course, ending 4 doesn't matter because we've not even got ending 1. But good luck to everyone who does. But yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow. And then I think it probably will take us also on to the next week as well. But for now, thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.